those categories.
As Clark gets inside and
He's on the right side of the floor, driving to the
against the sky this year.
There's a turnover that leads to an easy bucket. What Indiana has done, Christy Sides told them to transition all the time.
Here's Wallace. Boston going inside against Edwards.
Did a good job of getting 2 feet in the paint.
Deladon taking the 2020
backboard.
Here is Ariel Atkins.
6 to 8 points every night out because of playing drop coverage there. And
2 wins as Smith goes right up. It's an extra pass. Here is Edwards.
Side.
Edwards has been so. Here's Smith back on the attack draw. Kind of what you imagine from this.
What's going to take all 5? Indiana had 5 players in double figures, and then
she's been in double figures in 6 of her life. Building in transition. It's Clark. Points for Boston here is on Mitchell. Drops it for Dolson. An offensive foul in the game. For Indiana as Clark whips it in with an early 3 assists. Is Van Loo. Rotation here by Indiana. Van Loo. Clark kick out Wallace.
And then making a read.
5. Mitchell on the blow by Gibson.
Remember, she missed.
Workers.com. From the line, here's Atkins on the other end. Foul 2. Clark, step back. Atkins right down the middle.
You mentioned it. Owen is one of the best perimeter defenders in the
Bulls provided a nice spark for Indiana here. Off the pass from Clark. Mitchell.
with her acceleration.
Corvin. Clark on the hesitation. Backdoor pass. And it's Carl.
And Washington made her pay.
Smith spinning inside over Hines.
Strength in that matchup with Lexi Hull, but just without 2 starters. And
as Clark feeds it to Boston. Gets inside. Kick out. Atkins on the drive. Gets inside. To do something similar, but Washington showing. Hole corner 3. Lid on the rim from distance. So just trying to force the pace. Pull up through.
Then the bucket.
Here for a rolling Dolson who spins in. Samuelson off bounds. The second time.
Right. Degum McCall, who played in this franchise. Erica played.
Here is Katie Lou. There you go. First minutes gets inside. Lost that side. Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse is Walker Kimbrough.
Sweat on and knocks down a triple.
Wheeler pulls up. Edwards left wide open. She Boston inside as Boston turns.
Rebound there, but she was a really good cutter. And Eric Tebow loves her game.
Wheeler wide open. And back for Carly Samuelson.
I want her to do well. It'd be okay with me if we both.
Reason as Hull gets inside. Bounce pass Hines Allen. She's got strength.
The rhythm of the team is getting better.
Walker Kimbrough gets inside. Off per game here for Eric Tebow as Wheeler. Her career hasn't gone exactly there as Wheeler got a hand in there. Make some progress here. Smith backing in. Tough look. 2 shots here for Alyssa Smith. Has 6. Mitchell has 6. After a strong performance on Sunday as Clark on the drive. Left. Will Smith and draws another.
The economic impact of the measuring that, but but the WNBA.
It's around the area. Who have been trending in the right direction. Winner as of late as Walker Kimbrough.
I like the around, but
extra pass. Samuelson corner 3.
Who taught him how to shoot? She said our dad.
Boston turns the corner, gets by. Van Loo mid. Teams in the WNBA hopes this is.
They've made 3 of their last.
Clark way downtown, knocks down the steal and a bucket.
She is part of the reason why they're up 5.
Quarter. Smith gets free underneath. Game high 15 points. Steps back and buries a. Samuelson backdoor again. Back on the attack, gets inside. Mitchell has matched their largest lead. And 50 seconds of game action. Offensive rebound. And Clark back inside for Boston. Washington with 0 long starts. She's now got
her. He said Belgium. We've been watching.
Talent with Julie Alamon back in the. Wallace sticks with her. Edwards comes down.
It's great.
This would be a really impactful one to get. And Lou sidesteps Clark. And Edwards, that's a deep 2 and to Smith. She will launch and has a major size advantage on Clark. Smith will try it again. Same spot. Atkins on the drive. Wallace stays with. Here tonight. Boston battling inside.
Advised by Coach Sides out of the gate.
Not holding it. And for assists per game. I don't want to answer this question, so I'm. And Wallace drawing this, but if Caitlin Clark ended legs, bouncing for Boston, draws the foul.
Leah Boston, 6'5", skill.
Dolson left open again, and this year Mitchell catch and shoot, answer. Been a homestand about getting Boston and mid-year in these 2+. Edwards a 65% free throw assists over 6 seasons. Good hands by Van Loo. She'll loft it up. Wallace, who's left alone. Wallace to the races, ahead for Wallace. And Clark, I think, officially
6 rebounds and 3 assists.
with the step back deep 2. Answered back every time. Dolson did a big
Triples, good ATO by Eric.
on the drive, gets inside, muscles her way.
Dolson away and allows
Shot, you kind of see that look right there on midway through the third quarter.
green coverage. She's getting better at that too.
Left in the quarter. Saturday, July 6th. Tickets are available at July 6th.
Seems like it's a
Temifag Benley back sooner rather. Samuelson
minus their injuries, right? They just Atlanta and Chicago.
early in the season.
Brittany
As you get into the back half of the year, as the entire WNBA would. Mitchell knocks it away, but right into the hand. Tonight, 4 points. For Kimbrough to the line for 2. Miss Mitchell and more online, feverteamstore.com. Mitchell a little too deep in the third quarter.
We talked about them getting to the free throw.
10 more free throws on the night. Hines Allen, a straightaway thrilling when Clark brings the ball up the tag, sets up Boston. Allen trying to muscle her way inside. Of the 28 minutes so far.
Keep the ball on the same side of the floor.
Tie game in a 7-point Indiana. There's Boston teeing up a 3. Atkins the other.
Well, in that possession.
Injured, and 2 are on the bench right now. Calls the foul. Well, Washington advantage of it. That's free. Both teams are. Kimbrough creates some space, leaves. Who is wide open. The drive gives it back for Hines Allen, who could to the races. Melvin beats everybody.
Himself back in it.
It's inside, and Inkster lays it into foul trouble. Boston the fake. Boston. The week is Dolson on the other end. And off Mitchell pulls up from the foul line. There's Atkins hangs off balance.
Atkins a lane. In there, it's been very physical. Pounding and screening action.
Brim.
And Ariel Atkins with those.
Sets up Samuelson wide open. Missler in transition. Banks. Was threatening to go
early because they were so physical.
Oh, this is an Indiana knocked it away. On the attack, gets inside and lays it. Australia.
You got to be kidding me.
2. Melbourne.
You have to execute every opportunities right here.
Wheeler off the attack, just bullies her way inside. Wheeler in the starters. Clark launches, hits it for Indiana. It's a 7-0. Van Loo from way outside. Sees the double, bounces it. And on the.
She is having a big.
Mitchell, catch and shoot. Answers.
3-point line.
Dolson, that. Finds some space, and Wheeler connect. Gone up double digits. Atkins draws the.
A lane for Atkins.
Here's Ensler driving on Boston, which has been improving. Indiana's been. Washington. They've held on for. That's a
shots here.
On the drive, gets inside. Difficult. Dolson wide open, and Indiana in their 2 games. 9 for 3. Wheeler's open. Mitchell on the attack and the shot. Around the rim early in the season, and now Ensler back on the attack, using the reverse.
You have to execute.
Who had it stripped. Van Loo with the save, and so plays. And here is Van Loo, lead here for Indiana. Boston hits the. Now she'll launch, and it's Nielsen to inbound. They put .2 pass there, and Clark will just 16, 12, and 6.
She had just tied Brianna Stewart as a
Monday. Caught Taras. Atkins launches. The Indiana Fever.
To invest back in your communities.
But if Caitlin Clark ended her. Here's Clark going through the legs, bouncing for Boston, draws the foul.
I'll tell you what, Leah Boston. 6'5", skill.
When Boston is playing like this, Dolson left open again, and 8 of 10 from the three-point line this year. Mitchell, catch and shoot, answer. This has been a homestand about getting Boston and Mitchell. Both have been excellent here in these 2+. Edwards, a 65% free throw game, and it's Erica Wheeler, 4.1 assists over 6 seasons. Clark goes behind the back. That time it's stolen away. Good hands by Van Loo. She'll loft it up. And Wilson sticks with her. Out to Wallace, who's left alone. Wallace, oh there, Van Loo thought she was fouled. Here's Clark off to the races, ahead for Wallace.
That's her first basket.
Caitlin Clark, I think officially, maybe
She had 6 rebounds and 3 assists.
she's got 9, 8, and 5 right now. Clark with the step back deep 2. Times a 7-point lead. Washington's answered back every time. Dolson did a big
paint. She's been able to knock down triples. Good ATO by Eric.
Wallace on the drive, gets inside, muscles her way.
Boston takes the help of Dolson away and allows.
Made an impact in other areas, but her shot, you kind of see that look right there on it. 55% midway through the third quarter.
She's doing a really good job in ball screen coverage. She's getting better at that too.
Already here with 4:15 left in the quarter. And the Liberty on Saturday, July 6th. Tickets are available in July. That's the next Fever home game,
yeah.
July 6th.
Seems like it's a
group will really be tested. Hopefully get Temifag Benley back sooner rather than
at Vegas coming up next.
Samuelson there.
I think it's the story of their season minus their injuries, right? They just hang wins over Atlanta and Chicago.
Those single-digit losses early in the season.
Brittany
on the road. So as you get into the back half of the year, so the Fever, as the entire WNBA will, 2016. Bound, leaves that one short. Mitchell knocks it away, but right into the hand. 24, just 1 of 6 here tonight, 4 points. So Shatori Walker-Kimbrough to the line for 2, misses. Shop tonight's exclusive game night special and more online, feverteamstore.com. 1 of 2. Mitchell a little too deep. Lived here at the line in the third quarter.
Well, we talked about them getting to the free throw line.
Fever have taken 10 more free throws on the night, and all the effort has been there. Hines Allen a straightaway through. Feel the anticipation building when Clark brings the ball up. Mitchell got it back through some contact, sets up Boston. Allen trying to muscle her way inside. Was held. A rare rest. She's played 26 of the 28 minutes so far.
Icing ball screens, trying to keep the ball on the same side of the floor.
This game has been somewhere between a tie game and a 7-point Indiana one has had. There's Boston teeing up a 3.
See it in the first.
Atkins, the other.
Through it. Everybody does their job well in that possession.
Washington has 3 centers. 1 is injured and 2 are on the bench right now. It's here tonight. Working her way into a double team and draws the foul. Well, Washington and Indiana's done a really nice job of taking advantage of it.
Position happening either way.
That's free. Both teams are in. Kimbrough creates some space, leaves it. Way in from the top of the key. Boston finds Mitchell, who is wide open.
She had too much time to think about it.
Melvin on the drive, gives it back for Hines Allen, who put it over on that first possession. Here's Melvin out to the races. Melvin beats everybody.
52. That's how Washington quickly gets themselves back in it.
Back for Anxler. It's inside, and Anxler lays it in. Inside for Boston, working on Dolson, who's in some foul trouble. Boston the fake. Boston.
When she catches it that deep.
She's Eastern Conference Player of the Week as Dolson on the other end. And off Mitchell pulls up from the foul line.
Opportunity for Washington.
Atkins hangs off balance.
The Indiana defense and give Atkins a lane.
Third quarter.
Keep an eye on that matchup. They're really battling in there. It's been very physical. In the post, rebounding and screening action.
Missed on the right side of the rim. Five.
Ariel Atkins with those. Keep an eye on her.
Clark back for Wheeler, sets up Samuelson wide open. Banksler in transition.
Got to work as a team too.
Banksler to open up the fourth quarter. Indiana was threatening to go up.
Say foul trouble will put Indiana in the bonus early because they were so physical.
Oh, movement. Samuelson maybe one too many passes, and Indiana knocked it away. Wheeler cross court. Mitchell's open. Mitchell on the attack, gets inside and lays it. 1,000 miles to get here from Australia.
You got to be kidding me.
Tully, Christy Wallace,
Yeah.
Jay Melbourne too, who is appropriately from Melbourne.
You can't afford any game slippage. You have to execute every deal. So many games come down to these opportunities right here.
Wheeler off. There's Atkins on the attack, just bullies her way inside.
Get to the spot.
Wheeler in the starters. Wheeler, Clark launches, hits a three. What a response here for Indiana. It's a 7-0. Shot clock down to 5, and Lou from way outside. He's waiting for Boston. She's got it. Sees the double, bounces it in. And on the
This moment right here. She is having a big
Mitchell, catch and shoot. Answers.
4 for 5 outside the three-point line.
Dolson, that
Good hustle by Dolson.
+2. Corner for Wheeler. Shot fake, finds some space, and Wheeler connects. Just knocking at the door. Indiana's gone up double digits. Atkins draws the.
By Mitchell and a lane for Atkins.
Here's Ensler driving on Boston. Despite the 5-10 record, which has been improving, Indiana's been scenarios. They held on to win against Washington. They've held on for.
You have the right people taking shots here.
Wheeler with the shot clock down to 5. Wheeler on the drive, gets inside. Difficult. Been really good. 4 assists as well. Dolson wide open and 9 threes against Indiana in their 2 games. 9 for 8. Ensler in the air. Boston extra feed. Wheeler's open. Close out the 3-game homestand. Mitchell on the attack and the shot. Those shots were not falling for her around the rim early in the season, and now lead back to 8. Ensler back on the attack, using the reverse.
And then you have to execute.
Get it into Smith, who had it stripped. Van Loo with the save and the offensive rebound. She's made a lot of hustle plays. And here is Van Loo with 50 seconds to play. A 5-point lead here for Indiana.
I think they were trying to foul Wheeler.
Boston hits the. Van Loo thought about the 3. Now she'll launch, and it'll be Katie Lou Samuelson to inbound. They put .2 right into Clark. Terrific inbound pass there. And Clark will just. Double is coming, not tonight, but 16, 12, and 6.
Well, she had just tied Breanna Stewart as a
5-5 game that she had on Sunday. Caught Terrace. We're not even halfway through the season here. Atkins launches since August of 2015. The Indiana Fever.